Hey friends, welcome back to the Life of Lynn channel. I'm Dustin. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're here for the tiny house and house building stuff, we will have more episodes with that up soon. We're working on finishing up some builds and final touches on our house. And I do have some big news and some updates on that stuff. So stick with us on that. For some of the automotive stuff, we are working on part 2 of the 03 Suburban Z-71 rebuild. And we're gonna get jumping right on this thing today. We got the front end figured out. We got parts on order from all over the place, so no worries there. Sorry for the noise. Again, Colorado, wintertime, it's cold. We got the heat going. Well, while we wait for front end suspension parts and some other really cool stuff that I can't wait to show you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get this all filled back up. We went ahead and ground out all the old rivets. So on that, we're actually gonna fill everything with a fiberglass hair body filler and smooth it all out with that. The fiberglass hair will actually give us a pretty strong body panel for us to re-screw into, because we're gonna have to re-screw into those holes again. So we want a nice clean bore for the screws when they go back in. So that's what we're gonna be using there. Sand that back down, do a light body filler just to clean it up a little bit, then do our primer and our base coat and stuff on that. Can't wait to show you guys all the stuff that we've purchased for this thing. They should be here in the next week or two. Some off-road goodies, some appearance goodies. And once we get these new doors painted and hung, this thing's gonna be looking stellar. So I can't wait to show you guys. Let's jump right in it today. That's better. Anyway, back to what I was saying. We got our first layer of our glass-filled resin on there. Now you can only do about a 1/4 inch at a time, and a few of these areas need more than a 1/4 inch, so you can kind of see the spots where it's dark green. That's where I'm going to come back and do more filler. There, quite a bit through here. It's pretty bad here. I'm gonna keep plugging away at that. Put another layer on. We got to get it dried so we can sand it again. So, you know, this kind of stuff takes time because you have dry time in between everything. Then we get to our paint work. We have more prep, more paint, more dry time. So this is never like a really fast process. It's definitely gonna be taking us quite a few days to just get the rockers done. And then we're gonna start working on the doors. And then you guys kind of see where we're at with that stuff too. In the meantime, that gives the rest of the part, the suspension and everything else, plenty of time to come in. I got a DA sander that I can use if I need to, but it uses quite a bit of air. You guys have probably seen that sander if you ever watched my $29 paint job special. If you guys haven't, go check that out. It's on the channel. We painted our work truck for only $29, the whole entire truck. So go check that out if you're interested. And subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And also hit that like button on the videos. It helps us out a bunch. You guys don't even know. It's a really helpful thing for you guys to punch that like button and shoot a comment down below. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to this. Let's do another layer real quick and get that set up to dry, and we'll be rocking and rolling. What's up, guys? Next day here. Got some parts delivered recently, and we're getting a little bit further on this thing, so let's kind of check in and see the update here. Noticed a couple other things that we got issues on. Backside of this rotor, ooh, she's chewed up. Appears that the pad has become unmated from its surface there. So, and then on the front here we have plenty of pad left. So looks like the pad came apart and chewed up the backside of that rotor, but it's not super deep. I think we should have that machined out. Get a new set of pads. Anyway, rear suspension is about to come apart because we are putting on some fun parts back here and up front. I think we got all our situation figured out. So, in this box here, we have new upper and lower control arms. We also have tie rod ends and tie rods. So all that stuff came in. This is from Detroit Axle. Now I've never used these guys before, but we're gonna give them a try and see how it goes. They were definitely the cheapest online, so could be a little bit sketchy, but the parts feel pretty heavy duty. Getting ready to fix the suspension. We got all the parts for our repair, and then on top of that, we've got suspension blocks and lifted torsion keys and some shock extenders and a torsion key tool down here from the guys over at Supreme Suspension. So thanks to those guys for sending that to us. This thing is getting a 3-inch lift kit, not the 6-inch that I wanted to go with originally. That did require us doing a lot more work, and it's going to cost quite a bit more. So we decided to put some money into some other parts on this thing. Like we're going to need brakes and a couple other things need to be done. So we're going to take care of that stuff, get this thing all sorted out, get that bodywork finished up. So it's getting a lift kit, guys, and we're pretty excited about that. Plus all the new suspension up front should take care of our alignment issues. You saw that we did get the fiberglass put in, and this is kind of where we're at. We need to do probably another layer, build this up a little bit more, and then we're going to start doing some shaping with some body filler. And our paint just showed up too for painting the doors off the old Denali. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. So Brad and I are going to jump right into this thing, start doing suspension work on it, getting that stuff dialed in, and then hopefully our surprise will be done. I can show you guys what we got going on and some other stuff on this thing. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, next day again, we did go ahead and get that suspension fixed, and we got our 3-inch block kit installed for our lift kit. We were waiting on some brakes now. Like I showed you guys, this rotor's pretty tore up and we needed new pads on it. So those are on order. Those are coming in pretty soon. You can see our lift blocks in there. So that's all good. Getting ready to tear apart the front suspension and get our doors prepped for the side here. And I gotta show you the new parts that showed up. Just picked these up. Woo! That's right, we got wheels. We mounted the old tires to them already, so those are good to go. Those are pretty sharp. Pretty cool set of black wheels. Should look pretty good with the lift kit. We probably should go with a little bit more tire, but we're gonna see how it looks with the factory tires for now, because those have really good rubber left on them. I just don't want to waste them, so maybe we can find somebody, we'll buy a new set, who knows. But that's where we're at. Right now, we're gonna rip off the doors off the old rusty Denali and get those inside. All right, guys, more parts are getting delivered. Got some stuff out of the grill. We have a replacement emblem, so we got to take this grill and stuff off, clean that up. Lots of cool stuff, and as you guys saw, we just got the doors hung. These obviously need to be sanded down and painted, but I need to get them perfectly aligned before we paint them up. That way we're not chipping the fresh paint off of them. We don't want to do that. So with bodywork, there's lots of putting stuff on, taking stuff off until it's finished. So that's where we're kind of at. Temporarily hung the doors. Door pins did line up, so we're good there, but the doors are off a little bit, so we're gonna do some work on the hinges. Let me show you guys kind of where we're at. This gap between the door and the front fender is way too big, so the door is kind of cocked this way, and you can see it up here because it's really tight up here at the top, and it actually just catches the back door. So we got some work to do there. This gap up here is obviously too big, so the back door needs to be cocked back. And then back here, it lines up pretty good down here, but then this gap starts to grow pretty substantial up here. So we're thinking the back door hinge that's right here at the bottom got pushed in, and that's causing this door to toe in at the bottom and pop out at the top. So that's where we're at with those. We got some alignment work to do on that, no big deal. We got a torch, we'll kind of heat stuff up and gently tap it around until everything lines up, and then we're gonna put a new set of door pins in there to help keep everything lined up too. So anyway, coming back together with that. Once that's all dialed in, take the doors back off, sanding and painting time. We gotta get that done. Then we can get all our stuff put back on the doors. We haven't started on the front suspension yet. We got a lot of work to do up here with both upper and lower control arms. Everything's basically gonna be brand new. So we're gonna replace all that, plus put our 3-inch lift kit up there. So a ton of work's going in on the front end. So a ton of work will be going in on the front end of this thing. But when it's done, this thing's gonna be pretty sweet. It's gonna have a pretty nice stance with a little bit of a lift and a sweet wheel and tire combination. We'll have a black bow tie and some nice headlights and stuff up front. And then of course we'll have it all polished up and all the paint touched up as well. So that's where we're at on this thing. We definitely got some more work to do, but pretty much all of our parts are in now other than our brakes. So once those get here, we'll get the rear end all tucked up, get it finished up, get the wheels remounted, and see how that looks. Right now, we're gonna get back to it, and I'm gonna end this episode off. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you. We'll see you next time.